Okay, so welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
And today we're going to talk about social connection before we go into yoga and meditation. So, social connections are really important, and of course, we all know that. But I want to kind of emphasize how important they are, especially during times like this when we are all stressed out. So,
Do you want to just spend a quick moment to sort of, again, remind the other two corners of the puzzle? Because I know everybody's been here the last few weeks.
So. Right. So we started talking about the 4 pillars of health, and we talked about sleep, we talked about food, and now we're talking about social connection. And we talked about movement, activity. So these are the 4 pillars of health that are essential for all of our health. And social connections, maintaining. So social connections, we usually think about being social as being for pleasure, that we do it to kind of enjoy ourselves. But what we are finding out now is that it's actually really important for our health also. It's not just our pleasure. You know, we've always been, as far as we can trace back, we've been social animals. We're social creatures. We always kind of formed groups, even when we were hunters, gatherers, and later farmers. We moved around in groups, and that is because we are naturally social animals. Right now, as you know very well, loneliness is a big epidemic in the US, and people are complaining about loneliness, especially during this COVID time when social distancing, which is such a bad name, it really should be physical distancing. But when we say social distancing, a lot of people kind of don't make the effort to stay in touch with friends and family.
And so, I mean, like we were talking about, it's so important to, even if it's just pick up the phone and talk to people, maybe people that you haven't talked to for a long time, but spend this time to reconnect with people and to have that connection. The social connection actually is as important to our health as sleep, as good food. It really helps. I think you can talk a lot more like hormonally what it does to our bodies. And so physically, it's like having boosting up your immune system. So very important right now in this time to make sure that we keep connecting with people. If it's not physical, at least on the phone, through Zoom, whichever way is best.
So to kind of underscore the importance of social connections for our health, one of the largest studies ever done involving about 300,000 participants, what it showed was that social connection is more important to our health than perhaps it is roughly equivalent to smoking. If you are lonely, you are going to be as bad as if you were smoking 15 cigarettes a day, or if you were obese and did not have any physical activity and suffered from diabetes. So you can understand how important that is. It increases not only your health, it increases your life, it decreases your chances of dementia. And so kind of people who are social, people who feel connected to other people in their lives, live healthier, happier, and don't get dementia as early. So that is really important to understand.
Let me just say that it doesn't mean going to parties. So, I mean, social connection is really when you're connecting with people and you talk about important things in your life. You can open up with things that are going on, whether it's something bad or good. It's not necessarily social. Doesn't mean to go out and get dressed up and go to a party. And that's not what this is all about. Not to say that that's not good or that's not fun, but it's not what we're talking about here.
Right. And so if you have family and friends that you have not been in touch with, this is a good time to start getting connected with people via video chat, phone calls, Um, Even meeting them safely, what we do is we meet friends and family in our backyard,
Small groups,
small
small
groups
groups.
of people.
We keep everything separate, individual, but at least you're together, you're having a conversation. We don't have the focus be food, which is hard again as Indians because food is usually our focus when we get together. But I think we should understand that that isn't really what we're looking for here. We're looking just for that connection. Um,
And
so
if you have trouble, or if you don't have friends and family, if you are shy, you're introverted, or you're new to the area, then the way to form these social connections is to maybe look at your interests and hobbies, maybe go to meetup.com and find people with similar interests as yours, or join a an organization and do some volunteer work. You're very likely to meet like-minded people when you do things like that. I'm not asking you to go on Tinder or anything.
please don't.
But I think volunteering is a great way of meeting people. Meetup.com is a really good site to get to meet people and kind of do hobbies and go hiking with people, all of those things. So
I have friends who are even doing they're doing paint classes, but they're doing it through Zoom. So they have a couple of friends and they do a painting class on Zoom. So if you have some interest with somebody and you can't meet them, then there's so many creative ways to connect right now. And again, unfortunately, it's not a good time to actually physically be close to people, but there are other ways to do this. And again, it's just so important, especially right now. I know people are feeling really lonely and isolated. So try and make sure that you find a way to connect with each other. Even something like this is great, right? We're here together as a community.
okay, it's time for yoga. So in 30 seconds, we'll be back.
I'm going to first start with the breathing.
Okay, sorry.
So we're going to go back to Brahmari Pranayam. And again, I talked about the different benefits. And I'm sorry, I forgot to give this sheet of paper to Nathan Biden. He can put it up on your site. But I think it's important to just kind of understand some of the benefits. Again, it helps with stress management. It helps with kind of waking up the brain. It helps for insomnia, which is awesome because sometimes I have a hard time sleeping, and it just really helps to calm the mind down, calm the body down. And also it's just kind of feel like the vibration throughout the brain and the heart and even through the belly. And so again, we'll go back and explain how we do this. Okay. So we're going to be taking the thumbs and placing them gently in the ears. And then the two middle fingers will go in the inner eye. So just gently, we're not pressing very hard. The index finger will gently rest on the forehead, and then the pinky will just rest wherever it falls. Okay. And then you'll take a nice deep breath in the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to be humming like a bird or bee. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, really fill it up. And exhale. A few little tips: keep the jaw soft. Keep the lips very soft and relaxed. And we'll do just one more. And you can really feel the vibrations in the mouth, in the tongue, and even the sounds inside the head. Inhale. And exhale through the nose, humming. And then relax both hands into your laps. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. And just notice what you feel, any sensations. Another deep breath there. And then you can gently open your eyes. You can flicker them open. And again, we're going to do this one more time next week. And we'll also go ahead and put the benefits and how to do it. And we'll send that to Nathan Bhaia. We're going to go ahead and do sun salutation again. And we're going to have pranav on the chair. So you will get an opportunity. If you're sitting in a chair, you don't even have to stand up to do this. The beginning is going to be a little bit more of a warm up. Then we'll do our sun salutes. And then we'll kind of end with some stretches. So we're going to go ahead. Do you need to blink the screen, or should I just go back? Go back. So pranav is going to go on the chair. I will be here. We're going to keep our...
Oh, sorry.
Oh. So today we're going to start in child pose. And I'm not sure how everyone's going to feel about this. So again, you can just be on a chair instead. So I'm going to keep the chair down here. And we're going to lengthen the spine. And then you're going to exhale and reach the arms forward. And just really, really reach. Lengthen, extend the arms, and press the palms into the earth. You're going to take a deep breath in the nose and let it out of the mouth. Let it go. And do 2 more breaths like that. This is a great way to let go of stale air in the body, to let go of tension in the muscles and any other thoughts left right now that are kind of wandering around and distracting us. And then we'll go into your nasal breath, breathing in the nose and out of the nose, Ujjayi breath. Constrain the back of the throat just a little bit. Breathe in slowly through the nose and even slower out of the nose, and feel the breath coating the back of the throat. And you might even sound a little bit like an ocean as you release it out of the nose. And then press the palms gently into the ground and lift the heart and chest and walk the hands over to the right side. So if you're on the chair, you could just reach your hands over to the right side. Your left shoulder is going to press down. Your left hip is pressing back, and you're opening up this left side body. And then slowly walk the hands over to the left. You're going to take the right hand on top of the left palm. Press the right shoulder down so you're even, reaching forward. And then come back to center. And walk the hands back. And maybe you'll be here in Vajrasana if that feels okay. Vajrasana is great for digestion, by the way. Also stretches the tops of the feet. And you can relax the shoulders down. And we'll do some movement here, just getting right into some movement so we can really get ready for Surya Namaskar. So inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, forward it down, forehead down, reach the arms back. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, press it back. And then inhale, lengthen up, reach it all the way up. And bring the hands together and bring the biceps towards the ears and reach your body over to the right side. And then take this right armpit and bring it forward and reach the heart upwards. So get a nice big stretch. And then inhale, lengthen. And exhale to the left. And bring that left armpit up, gaze up. And release. And release both hands back down. And you're going to bring both hands behind your legs. So if you're on your chair, you'll just bring the heart and chest up. And then maybe you'll lift the hips off the chair or off the ground. Press them forward. Good. And release. And then come all the way up into all fours. And we're going to go into cat and cow. So if you're on the chair, you can just bring your hands on your thighs and just go into cat and cow, rounding and stretching there. Otherwise, we're here on all fours. Open the collarbones, let the belly fall, and then inhale, let your heart shine. Tailbone comes up. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the back, bring the chin to chest. Inhale, gaze up, press forward. And exhale, tuck it under, round it up, chin to chest. Let the head shake a little bit, make it nice and loose. And then come back to your neutral spine. 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 And then come And we're going to go into some little push-ups. So again, if you're here, you can use your arms for a little strengthening for your arms. And then bring the hips down so you have a straight line between your knees and shoulders. And you're going to bend the elbows back towards you and then press it up. Right? And then actually, since I did see some people using a chair today, you can even bring your hands on the edge of your chair and do some push-ups, right? And bring it down and press it up. Let's do one more. Bring it all the way down. Let your hips come all the way down to the mat. Forehead down first, and then come all the way down, going into your cobra. So we're going to talk about cobra with the elbows pressed in, heart lifting up, deep breath, and then release it down. And then we're going to come all the way back up, so tuck the toes under, lift the knees, and come all the way back up, and exhale into downward dog. So here you are, downward dog. You can lengthen the legs straight out, and then reach your knees down, and reach forward. Here you go, press it here. You're going to feel the same stretch in the back of the legs as you do here in your downward dog. Take a deep breath. And then gaze forward, walk your feet in towards your hands. And then you're going to sit your hips low. So you're going to go into chair pose, right? And you're going to lengthen the arms forward. Good. And then lift the arms all the way up. Inhale. Beautiful. And reach the hands together. And then lengthen all the way up. And you're going to go into a half moon. So from here, you'll see if you can bring your biceps and squeeze the biceps to the ears. Reach your arms over to the right side, making a nice big C. And press this left hip out to the side. So if you're sitting, you can do the same thing while you're sitting. Reaching the arms and stretching the entire side body. Reach. And then inhale, reach it back up. And then exhale over to the left side. And bring your biceps towards your ears. Press the right hip back to the side. And lift it back up. And release the arms all the way back down. And roll the shoulders back. Bring the fingertips onto your shoulders. And lift the elbows up. So you're going to press the elbows together. And then you're going to roll the elbows all the way up. And then you're going to press the wrists together in the back. By doing that, you're going to stretch the entire triceps and your neck and your shoulders, right? And then bring it all the way back down. So here we go. Touch the elbows. Lift up and around and then touch your wrist in the back and all the way down. Let's do a few more. Elbows up and then wrist in the back and then all the way down and then just press your arms out. Relax the shoulders. If your shoulders are up here, relax them down and then press the palms. Press the fingertips up towards the sky. Good. And then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it down. This is a movement. Inhale, press it forward. And bring it back. One more. Bring it up. Bring it down. Bring it in. And bring it out. And relax. Good. Relax the shoulders down. Coming to standing. You're going to just take a breath. And close your eyes for a moment and just listen to your breath. You might feel the breath through the nose and out of the nose. Just listen to the rhythm and the quality of your breath. And we're going to go ahead and get started with our senses. So plan to go beyond the chair. So you can follow either one. Here we go. We're starting here in Tadasana. And you're going to inhale. I'll wait for a moment here. Inhale, lengthen straight up. Reach the hands forward and up. And then exhale, keep the biceps close to the ears as you forward bend. Use your abs to forward bend, even if you're on the chair. Bend the knees as much as you need to touch the ground. Right? Bring the right leg straight back and release the right knee. So if you're here, you probably bring the right knee up towards you. Yeah. And then you can either keep the hands on the ground, dip the hips down and lift the heart and chest, or you can even lift the arms up. Inhale. As you bring your hands back down, we'll go into that chaturanga. So left leg back. Gently bring the hips slightly down. Squeeze the elbows towards your ribs. And then come on down, forehead And chest and chin coming down. Your hips are still up. And then slither like a snake all the way down to your belly. Lift your shoulders back and then going into a baby cobra. Here, so you can lift your hands up to your thighs, come up, and you can go into cobra. Yeah. And elbows squeeze into your ribs, and then chest is open, beautiful. And then turn the toes under and lift your body back up and exhale to downward dog. So if you're on that chair, you're gonna move your hand, there you go. And then press your palms forward if you're on your chair. Even here, press the hands forward. And then gaze forward, and then bring the right leg forward and release the left knee. So this time your left leg will come up, and then you can stay here into a low lunge, or lift the arms up and reach it up. Notice my right knee and ankle are on the same line, so we're not, this is gonna hurt the knee joint eventually, so you keep the knee and the heel lined up. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Left leg will meet the right. Exhale, forward fold, forehead towards the shins. Bring your biceps next to the ears, soften the knees. And then inhale straight up. And release. Take a breath here. We're gonna go one more time all the way through. We'll start with the left leg this time. And again, you can just continue to follow pranav if that's where you are on the chair, right? I'll just stay on this side. So here we are. Inhaling, just start here. Exhale, bring the palms together in namaste and press the palms firmly together. You're gonna feel the activation of the arms and shoulders and chest. Inhale, lengthen straight up, maybe a small back bend this time. And then exhale, forward bend. Squeeze the arms and the biceps next to the ears to release. Bend the knees if you needed to bend them. Bring your forehead towards the shins. And then this time, your left leg will come back first and the left knee down. So again, bring the heart and chest up. Notice the knee above on top, and then if you're perfect, yeah. And maybe you lift the arm up. And then both hands come down to frame the foot. Right leg comes back. Let the hips come slightly down. Squeeze the elbows in. Here we go for chaturanga. Bend the elbows. Forehead and chest come down. And then slither forward into your baby cobra. Bring your hands to your thighs if you're on your chair. Bring your hands to the thighs. Good. Open the collarbones. Spread the collarbones wide. Shine the heart forward and squeeze the elbows to the ribs. Good. Turn the toes under to go into your downward dog. You can just come back up on your knees if that's better for your body, or you can lift into your plank and then exhale down. Take a deep breath in downward dog. See if you can lengthen the legs and knees straight. Deep breath. Yes. Press the heels down towards the ground, both ways, if you're up here or if you're on the chair. And then gaze forward, and then this time you're gonna bring your left leg forward. Right knee comes down. And then slide the fingertips and lift the heart and chest. Again, left knee on top of the ankle. Left knee comes up. And then bring the right leg in. Exhale, forward bend. And then hands close to the ears. And then all the way up, lift, inhale. And exhale. Down and release the shoulders away from the ears. Take a moment here and just bring your elbows and forearms together, interlace the fingers, and just rotate the wrists. This is great. Just if you're on the computer all day, if you're cooking, just to release any tension in the wrist and hands. And release. Now we're just going into we'll go into a warrior two today. We just made a little video to explain warrior two a little bit better, so we'll send that link as well. So if you're on the chair, you can also do something similar by just sitting on the chair, and you can bring one leg out and one knee bent, and then you can do all of this from here, right? So just keep the ankle and the knee lined up, and then you can kind of go into warrior two from here, right? So here we go. So again, left toe turns, left knee above the ankle, and the right leg is strong, and right pinky edge, so that leg will be straight. To the side, and the left knee is bent. Perfect. Here we go. And then inhale, lift the arms up to the sky and bring it back down. Inhale, lengthen, lift, gaze up and bring it down. Relax the shoulders and then take your left arm onto your left thigh. You could do this on the chair as well. Press the right shoulder back and lift the right arm to the sky. Deep breath. And press it back a little even. One more deep breath into side angle. Maybe even reach the hand over the ear and make a straight line from your foot to your deep breath. And then as you press into the heel, come all the way back up and turn the toe in. Good. So we'll go the other side. So again, if you're on the chair, the other leg will be on the other side. Your knee will be on top, and the other leg will be straight to the side. There you go. And then notice the hips for a moment. If your hips are lopsided, you really do want to straighten out the hips. So your hips and shoulders are lined up, your belly button, your nose, and the head is lined up. And then reach the arms out. Good. Stay here for a moment. Find the right heel pressing down, pinky edge pressing down, gaze over the fingers, and then inhale, lift. Both hands can come up, and release. And inhale, lift, and release. And then bring the right arm to the right thigh. Good. Left hand, actually bring the left hand in front of you first. Keep this right knee above the ankle, and then lift that left arm to the sky. Good. Press that left shoulder all the way back, and then maybe reach the arm over the ear. Notice the shoulder. If you're shrugging into the shoulder, unshrug the shoulder. Good. Make that neck long and reach the arm. Take a deep breath. Good. And then come all the way back up. Straighten out both arms. Inhale to star pose. And then exhale. Just bring the elbows into the side. Good. So even if you're on the chair, bring your arms out and in a few times here, getting some bicep work. So bring it out. Bring it in. Bring it out. You're working into your hip joints, your knee joints, your arms, your elbows, and your biceps. A couple more. Lengthen. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Awesome. Bring your hands back to your hips. Lengthen the legs. And then just walk the feet in, or you could even do a little jump to bring it in. And we're going to come all the way down to the ground. So let's go into a little squat. We'll start here standing, and then we'll sit down deep into your chair, so you can go into chair pose again. Let's talk about chair for a moment. Press into the heel. Press the knees slightly back and the tailbone under. Use your abs, and inhale, lengthen the arms. You can stay here if it's good too, right? So either way is good. And then press the knees apart a little bit. Beautiful. Press into the heels. A little lower if you can. Awesome. Bring your hands to hips. And I'm going to come on my toes. You can stay on your feet. And come all the way down back into the ground or into your chair. Beautiful. And release it all the way down. So we'll go into some little twists and some little stretches, and then we'll go ahead and get ready for meditation. So from here, I'm going to take my right leg and press it forward. And take my left ankle and press it onto the thigh. Your knee and toe are facing up. Sorry, my feet are a little dirty. And then turn the pelvis up forward. And then inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, forward bend. You're going to bring your chest forward, bring your chin forward, and you'll feel a deep stretch in the back of that leg. Right? Hamstring stretch here. Good. And then see if you can arch the upper back. So notice a few things here. We really have a tendency of doing a lot of this. So see if you can bring the chest forward and arch the back. So make it straight and long as you can.
So bring the chin forward.
Chin forward, collarbones open, right, as much as you can, and then perfect. And then come back to center and bring this left leg over the right. And then bring the right hand and squeeze that left knee towards the right armpit. Lengthen your spine, and then exhale, twist it to the left. Release the left shoulder. So you're really wringing out the body here, and then you're kind of massaging the inner organs. You're wringing it out, It's great for diabetes. It's great for digestion. And release, come back to center, and release that left leg. And straighten out that left leg, and then bring the right ankle onto the left leg. Same thing, knees and toes facing up. You keep this leg nice and straight. Yeah. Inhale, lengthen. Open or spread the collarbones as wide as you can spread them. And then you're gonna lean forward. So you don't wanna round up. You wanna open up. Belly button coming towards your shins. And then exhale, forward bend. Bring your forehead down. You won't get very far. This is a very, very deep stretch in your hamstrings, in the back of the calves, in the back of the ankles. Either way, whether you're sitting or whether you're on your chair. Deep breath. And then gently come back up and cross the right leg over the left. Take the left hand and squeeze this right knee towards the left armpit. Right hand back behind you. Lengthen the spine and then twist to your right. You really want to twist to the belly button and then twist through your ribs, twist through the neck and shoulders. And release, come back to center. And then just lean back here and bring your legs back in. Bring your legs about hip width. And I'm just going to kind of shake them side to side. So you can also kind of just kind of loosening up those hip joints a little bit, side to side. And then I'm going to come onto the ground. And just a quick thing before I come down to the ground. If you're somebody who's using the chair part of this class, please let Nitinbhai know so that we know whether we should emphasize more of the chair or more of the mat. We don't really know which way to go unless we're told. And we want to make sure that we're taking care of all of you and what you need. Okay, so please do that for us so we can make sure that we take care of your needs, because that's what we're here for. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and come all the way back down onto the mat. And roll on down. Roll back. And since we're going to do a little bit of ab work, if you're on the chair, you can lift your knees and bring it into the chest. And I'll bring my hands behind my head, and you can exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lengthen out. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, lengthen out. Yeah, you can hold on to the chair on the sides. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do 3 more. Exhale, squeeze. And in. And 2. And last one. And hold and squeeze the knees and the elbows together and hold for 3 and 2. And release it. Take a deep breath and relax the belly. We're just going to go into a little twist and just let our minds and our bodies get ready for the meditation. So open up the arms and the T. And then you're just going to let your legs come into an L shape. And then exhale is to let your legs roll over to the right. So actually, if you're sitting, just let your legs sit and just twist your body to one side. Yeah. And then look to the left. And just take a moment, just relax. Breathe in the belly and let the hips relax, let the belly relax, let the chest relax. And then gently bring your body back to center. And we'll go to the other side. So if you want to, you can kind of lift the hips a moment, kind of wiggle around, and then exhale the other way. And gaze to the right. Relax the hips, relax the belly. Take a deep breath in the nose and slowly release it out of the mouth. And then come back to center. And release the legs down. And then if you're on the chair, you can bring your legs out and just kind of bring your legs in and out a little bit, just opening up and loosening up the hips. And then you can stay here with your legs touching. You can go back to Shavasana and rest here. Palms are facing up. Close your eyes. And if you prefer to sit, then just roll over to one side and come to seated. And just relax the shoulders down the back. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And slowly release it and just continue to just focus and stay with your breath while we start meditation.
We're going to shut off the video so that you can focus on the meditation. So if you're comfortable in the position that you were in, stay in that position, or if you want to find another comfortable position, that's also okay. However you're comfortable. If you are sitting, see if you can elongate your spine, stay upright and dignified. Relax your shoulders. And let your attention find your breath, wherever you feel it the most. Whether it's in your abdomen, or in the rising and falling of your chest, or in your throat. Maybe take a few deep breaths to increase your awareness of how your breath feels in your body. And as you do this, notice the natural feeling of relaxing and releasing all the tension in the body with each out breath. Just simply being in this moment with your breath, living life one inhalation, one exhalation at a time. Watching each breath appear and disappear. And feeling that wave in your body, rising and falling. And just riding that wave, keeping your focus on your breath. And anytime your mind gets lost in thoughts, just use your breath as an anchor and bring it back to your breath. Now gently bring your attention to the world of your senses. So start by focusing on your sense of smell. Take a deep breath in and see if you can smell anything in your environment. Take in the aroma of air, anything that's cooking in your kitchen. Then let's turn to taste. Just feeling any taste that you may feel in your mouth. Then going to your sense of sound, hearing, just listening and noticing any sounds in your environment, whether they're coming from a distance or from close by, without trying to figure out where the sound is coming from. Just noticing, becoming aware of any sounds. Then moving on to the sense of touch. Just feeling any feeling of heat or cold in the room, the feeling of your clothes against your skin, feeling of the sofa or the chair under yourself supporting you. And then for a few moments, open your eyes and take in your surroundings as if you are seeing it for the first time. Maybe notice a few things you may not have noticed before. Now, closing your eyes again, turn your attention inwards to your body. And just become aware of any sensations that you may feel from your head to your toes. Becoming aware of any tension in your body. Maybe you're holding your shoulders tight, your neck tight, or your jaw muscles are tight. See if you can relax them with every out breath. Just letting go of all that tension. Now shifting our attention to our thoughts, our emotions. Acknowledging all different thoughts that pass through our head without engaging with any of them, without entering into a conversation with them. Just noticing as if you're sitting on the bank of a river and watching the water flow by. You're not going to go in for a dip. You're just going to sit on the bank and watch the water flow by. And if you do find yourself in the water, getting lost in a thought, just gently, kindly bring yourself back to the bank, back to watching your thoughts. Just watching them appear and disappear, rising, forming, and then disappearing, replaced by another thought. Like a monkey jumping around constantly. Just becoming aware of how much our mind jumps around. Our mind has a mind of its own. It's constantly analyzing, scrutinizing, planning, remembering, comparing, dreaming, blaming, feeling sad, angry, joyful. It's just constantly busy thinking about this and that. By some estimates, we have something like 80,000 thoughts per day. And see if you can stand apart from your thoughts, watching them from a distance. And know that just like your body sensations, your thoughts also come and go. And that you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts don't define you. Come back to your breath. And this time, see if you can experience body, your body sensations, your thoughts, your emotions, your whole being as one entity. One organism moving slowly with each breath. Now let's expand this awareness to your family, your loved ones, your extended family, acknowledging how much you love them, how much you depend on them, how much all of them, all of you in the family depend on each other. Maybe bring their images to your mind, and with love and compassion and gratitude in your heart, now expand this awareness to your local community, your workplace, your friends, your colleagues who make your life easier, people who make you smile, people who help you out when you need something. That grocery store clerk who smiles at you or knows you by name, or the gardener who comes and tends to your garden, or that colleague who smiles and wishes you good morning every time you come into work. Let's expand this awareness further to your city, your state, your country, and to the whole of humanity, recognizing how dependent we are on people around the world and how much we have in common with everybody, irrespective of race, religion, ethnicity, age, gender. We share so much with everybody around the world. And we depend so much. And then let's see if we can expand this awareness to not just humans, but all living beings and even non-living entities on this beautiful and amazing and yet very fragile place we call Mother Earth. And feel grateful to be alive and breathing in this wonderful place, connected to everybody and everything around us. To paraphrase one of my favorite poet and philosophers, John Lennon, imagine there is no countries. It's not hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion to, no racism to. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Thank you everyone for sharing this journey with me and Parul. Namaste.
Namaste.